How often do you guys come up here to just like all? Do you come to most of these, or like most of the Revenge of the Sixes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember the last time I straight up missed one.
Okay.
Yeah, we're up here. We're up here quite a bit, whether it's for the weekly or for this. That's why we know a lot of people up here. And
Okay.
We do a lot of trips up here because it's so close, and it's like going to a really strong, cool region, and it takes no time at all.
Yeah, for sure. That's how because it takes me about the same time to get here from my home region.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's not that bad, especially because like I grew up in this city, so I just like stay with my dad, and it's like, oh, like get to go to tournaments. When I finished my first year, when I was like I was playing a lot of Melee back then, I would stay with my dad for like a week and enter 3 tournaments a week.
That's crazy. I
Yeah,
could never do 3 tournaments. I started catching myself burning out doing like, I think I did like 4 tournaments in a week, and I was like, there is no way. And I was driving to most of them.
Yeah,
do it.
I couldn't do that now, but I was also like only 18 and
That's
also
true.
like way more of a fiend back then.
So getting into this, oh wow, he's dead. Getting into this match a little bit, it's gonna be interesting to see how TruBlu handles this matchup. I know Silver is very good at just using his projectiles, but also just using Samus's combo game effectively. He puts out a lot of damage with the up air strings, the fair, and it seems like as soon as you think, okay, well, I'm just going to dodge his charge shot, you just get caught right in the face with a fair.
Yeah,
he does a great job of conditioning people.
This isn't also just a Samus trait in general, but I find he's very, very good when his opponent's on the ledge.
Yeah.
He like baits things out with a bomb, or he will like up tilt or throw out a charge shot to cover different options, right?
Yeah, because Samus has a lot of things that she can do on the ledge. Dark Samus too.
Yeah, of course. They're pretty much the same character, so.
Yeah, they have the same frame data. It's just the animations look a little bit different. Dark Samus looks slower, but she's not.
It's just because she like looks more floaty, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I think like she moves the same speed, but like her strides are bigger, so they take, or her strides are shorter, so they take longer. I don't know. It's weird.
That was a missed opportunity there from Blue.
Yep. So he's got. He probably could have up B'd that out of shield, to be honest, because up B is like one of the fastest things you can do out of shield in this game. Misses the grab. Yeah, he lost. TruBlu lost his last set there whiffing a grab. In a similar fashion. It's just that grab has like decent reward, but like the risk is just so high.
Yeah, it's hard to break that habit from Smash 4. He played a lot of ZSS in Smash 4 as well.
Okay.
But it's hard to just recognize that your grab just isn't that great anymore. I mean, in Smash 4, you get a down throw, you're doing whatever you want to them, basically.
Oh yeah, well that's the thing too. It's like you could justify ZSS having a very slow grab in Smash 4 because you got such a high reward off of it in this game. But in this game, it's like almost like Melee Samus, where you basically only use your grab for like very small confirms on certain characters, but also to like just get people out of shield.
Right.
Yeah, too low.
Yeah,
the directional air dodge was a mistake there. I think if he had regular air dodged, he would have lived.
See, his problem is Blue has been killing himself just a lot. Right? That's like his thing over the past month or two. He's just been SDing a lot, and he feels frustrated because it's hard to play somebody straight up. It's hard to just play with confidence when you're just always dying, you know? So I guess we'll see if he can sort of regain his composure. I don't know if he stays ZSS here. He's not one to... Oh, wow. I was wrong. I was about to say he's not one to sort of not switch because he's got all these characters he thinks he can play. I think if he loses this game, we might see the Lucina.
Oh, yeah.
The Blue Cena.
The Blue Cena.
Yeah.
That's what he did that in his set, the beginning of top 24.
Yeah, against Orange, right?
Yeah, against Orange.
Shout out Orange, making it on the PR.
Yeah. No, the PR is pretty good. It's kind of something that our region takes a lot of pride in is our PR graphic design is top notch.
For sure.
And I wish that like Ontario at large would be a little more creative with their PRs, because right now all they ever do is just portraits of their characters and their tags.
That's true. I mean, they are very clean.
Yeah.
I think good design. People will throw together good ideas all the time. I do graphic design sometimes. I'm not amazing at it, but what I like about the Ontario PRs is they're usually very clean, usually very well done. I know people will do a lot of like goofy stuff, like, oh, this time we're items from Denny's or things like that.
Yeah, themed PRs.
Yeah, themed PRs, and Ontario doesn't really do themed PRs, which is fine by me. I mean, like Ontario as a whole. Durham as a region is a meme.
Oh yeah, yeah.
A good one.
One of our players is from Durham now, or is from Durham but lives in Peterborough now, and he's definitely a big memer.
For sure.
His tag is Mugman. I'm not sure if you've heard of him. He played Ryu in.
I have heard of Mugman.
Yeah, he played Ryu in Smash 4, and now he plays Inkling for the most part, I think.
I thought he was Belmont.
He switched recently.
Okay. He told me to unfollow him on Twitter because I like playing the Miis.
Oh yeah, that's he hates Miis. To be fair, he's in the same region as like Poke Cheese, who loves the Miis.
That's fair. We saw a missed opportunity there from Blue when Silver missed the up B. He just sort of footstooled him.
Yeah,
I know that's not what he wanted.
Yeah, he probably wanted to come down with the move maybe, or
yeah.
Okay, that's something else that I see that Silver's kind of doing a decent amount, is he's abusing the fact that ZSS, even though she has some good shield options, she can't really grab your shield. Like,
True.
Because her grab is just so slow. He's like landing with fairs and stuff, and TruBlu isn't punishing them.
So Silver doing a very good job here of keeping Blue at bay. He hasn't really been able to get like a lot of solid opportunities, especially not since that first stock.
Yeah.
And it's not like there's a ton of projectiles either. It's just when I was playing against Silver, I felt the same thing. He's like slippery.
Oh yeah.
It's like you can't get a hold of him, which is weird because like we were saying before, Dark Samus feels slow.
Yeah.
Because she's so like floaty and lackadaisical.
Charging up his charge shot. I mentioned this earlier when I was on commentary, but I feel one of the most underrated buffs that a character got in this game is that Samus can charge her charge shot in the air.
That's true.
It's like crazy how much of a difference it makes, because it means you can like threaten the fair anti-air, but if they don't come in, you can still charge your charge shot. You're not giving up that.
And you could use it as a movement option in the air too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna take it.
So are we gonna see the Lucina?
The Blue Cena, maybe. It depends on. I guess it depends on if Blue wants to close this out as ZSS. That's assuming he loses game 3. He could win. Don't get me wrong. I have faith in Blue, but he was saying last time he came up here, it was for a Waves Weekly, and there it is. Yeah. All you have to do is beat that specific character out of him. Last time it was Lucas. This time I think it might be ZSS. You'll notice that when he's got nowhere else to turn, he's got good old Lucina.
Well, it's like ZSS is a pretty hard character, like pretty technical.
Right.
Her stuff is pretty frame tight as well. And like that can be frustrating. I know that's kind of how I felt about like Pichu at one point with the more complex stuff. I was like, man, like why am I bothering to practice this when I can play another character and like it's just way easier.
Yeah. And that's something I've noticed when I'm trying to pick up like a secondary. I play Bowser, and he doesn't really require a lot of tech.
Yeah.
A lot of practice. It's more like metagame stuff. You know, you have to be able to read your opponent. You have to be able to condition your opponent, and then you just do what works.
Yeah, yeah.
And ZSS is not like that. In order to do the what works, you have to have that skill down. And sometimes it's not as obvious what you want to do with a character like that. With Lucina, it's a little bit easier.
Oh yeah, her game plan is like very, very straightforward. It's kind of like, that's one of the reasons her and Wolf are like probably the two most popular characters, is they're good, but they're very straightforward.
It's like, if they're shielding, and you can get it neutral B or
Yep.
just grab them.
Yep.
You could use Nair just for whatever you want. If they're in front of you, fair or bair. If they're above you, up air or up tilt. And then when they do that, just pivot F smash.
Yep.
If they're coming at you and you feel like you have some time, like she's a very straightforward character.
So he's got. He's got the combos on deck, keeping Blue in disadvantage here. Blue's kind of forcing his way back in. Thankfully, Silver wasn't able to punish it that much. Keeping Silver in disadvantage now, though.
Yeah,
He won't let him down.
All you got to do is swing the sword with Lucina. Like,
Hitting the
look at
back air.
that. We saw a ton of damage coming out from Silver early, and now Blue is just returning the favor. And all it takes is a couple swings of the sword.
Oh yeah, it's just like he kept Silver in disadvantage for so long there that he was able to tie up the game.
Right.
And now if he back airs, yeah, or fairs, like that's it. And now he's in the lead.
That's why Lucina is so good. It's not just that she's straightforward. It's that every one of those tools, they're like it's easy to know when to use them, and they're also all really good.
Yep.
She's not really bad at anything.
Yeah.
I guess you could say she's not amazing when you're camping her out, but like, who really is, unless you have a projectile?
Yeah, and also like, yeah, she has like very minor weaknesses compared to a lot of other characters that you can't, that are like probably a little harder to exploit. Sometimes she gets whiff punished a little bit, and her moves aren't out for so long, but like against a character like Samus, like sometimes you don't have to care about that stuff.
Now here's the thing.
That grab was huge. What?
Silver does have a secondary. He does have a cloud. And I've seen that cloud. And that cloud can also put in work. So I don't think we're going to see it after this one game. But if this goes to a game 5,
we might see the cloud?
Might see the cloud.
He's still looking in good shape, though, for now.
That's true.
He read the block, but didn't block.
You still get damage for that, too. That's the best part.
Oh, yeah, like, it loses to jump, I guess, but, like, still covers most of your options there. Covers roll out, roll in, spot, probably covers spot dodge if you hold it. Beats shield.
And you can angle it, too, which helps. I think down angle actually does more shield damage than... Oh, there it is. Got the B reverse, and that's going to do it. F smash. Blue showing some signs of life.
Yep.
Pulling out the Lucina, and it almost makes me wonder, like, what took you so long?
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Well, that's also another thing that feels kind of bad is, like, you play your first game or your first game in a best of 3 or first couple games in a best of 5, and you're like, okay, time to bring out the secondary. And then the secondary starts doing way better, and then you're like, well, now I can't give up any games. Like, I have to win the next few.
Like, you just made that so much harder for yourself by taking 2 games. But that's the thing about playing multiple characters. It's a hard decision to switch, even in a best of 5, where you have more chances to make mistakes.
We got the cloud.
Cloud's coming.
I guess Silver might have been feeling kind of... Sometimes I do this in Melee because I kind of dual main Puff and Fox, is if I feel that it's not necessarily that the matchup is bad or something, but if I feel the way that the other person is playing is kind of like tilting me or something, I feel like people are running away from me or whatever, I will switch to another character that I feel like will allow me to kind of play the way that I want.
Yeah.
In that situation... maybe that's why Silver decided to switch. He might not think that Lucina and Samus is like unwinnable per se, but just that he doesn't really feel like playing it, I guess.
That's fair. A lot of times, especially if it's not like... Actually, I think at every level of play, a lot of switches aren't just based off of matchup. They're also based off of how people feel. And it's the same with stages, too. Yeah. If somebody feels comfortable on FD, even though Battlefield or PS1 might be a stronger stage for them, they're just going to go to FD. Oh, yeah. And they're going to make it work, because that's the stage they feel most confident on. And I think Silver feels more confident with Cloud in this matchup.
That was sick. Parry F smash?
It was. You don't always see people get a lot of stuff off their parries.
Yeah. That's something that PPMD actually talks about a lot. He switches between Marth and Falco, more so on feel rather than on like part of the bracket like Armada does, where he plays more Fox in top 8, or like mashup like Mango does. Yeah. He plays mostly, you know what, like today is a Falco day, or today's a Marth day.
Definitely feel that.
So even though Blue had a pretty strong opening to this game, Silver's already made like a comeback and then some against him. So good tech chase though. He was able to. Something that's kind of cool about this game, because you can't run through people, is that you can just like run up against someone's knocked down body a lot of the times and like react to whatever they do after that.
Yeah. That's another one of those things they added into the game that I thought I'd notice more, but I really don't.
So I thought I was going to hate it, but I actually kind of like it. And Silver kind of SD'd there. He was kind of dead, because if he didn't air dodge, he was probably getting back aired.
Right.
But
that's one of the reasons why I think this matchup is still pretty solid for Lucina. Cloud is still a really good character. I think he's still a high tier. But when you look at what happens every time Lucina gets most characters off stage, it feels like it's almost amplified, especially when Cloud doesn't have limit. Like,
yeah, I also think that even though the Cloud limit nerf sucks in general, the place where it hurts most is in the recovery aspect, because before you could hold on to limit. Oh, that's death.
Wow.
You could hold on to limit, and if you got knocked off stage, you could use it. But now you can't do that, because eventually it goes away. So if you get knocked off stage, like right after your limit leaves you, and you can't charge it up again, you're pretty much dead.
Yeah.
Like, or you can be, depending on the character. If you're playing against a character like Pichu, or another character with like a good Sendy Downy, as they call it.
Sendy Downy.
That's what we call them in Peterborough sometimes, is Sendy Downies.
God, what kind of...
We live
Sendy Downy.
It's like originally from our Melee community. It's like Falco's down air, Marth's down air. Those are Sendy Downies. Well, it's like a spike. A spike just sounds like too cool, you know?
You're right. This is a children's party here.
Yeah.
I mean...
When people say spike, you know, it seems